Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So we're doing like a chit chat, get ready with me-ish. I'm gonna do my makeup and we're gonna talk about beauty brands. Are they in trouble? What's going on with them? If you guys are new here, I feature unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews. So let's get into this video. I have to pull up my document here. My document of brands, beauty brands that literally, like, I've been having some thoughts about the makeup industry lately. Kelly Gooch actually just did a video very similar to this. I'd actually written this document back in July and I just finalized it and I was like, okay, let's get this up. Let's have a conversation about these makeup brands that are like, are they in trouble? Are they going to go bye-bye? Like, what's going on with these makeup brands? Everything that I'm using on my face is going to be in the description box down below. Honestly, the reason why some of these brands came to mind was because we had not heard from them in a really long time, or there was some controversy behind the brands, and I was like, are they in trouble? Are we seeing something happen? And the first brand that I wanted to talk about actually was Makeup Revolution. I'm going to use the Super Matte Foundation. This is like a dupe for, I think, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Which, if you want to see a dupes video, leave me a comment down below because I've been working on one and I need to get one up pretty quick here. But the Makeup Revolution, it was reported like at the end of 2022. So I want to say like August, I believe, was when it was reported that Makeup Revolution was having some financial difficulty and some financial problems. And then we just really haven't heard from the brand that much. Although I did just see recently that they had like, I think, a Monsters Inc. collection come out, which, don't get me wrong, Monsters Inc. is like super, super cute. But there was definitely some quiet time. And I feel like there was a lot of quiet time from Makeup Revolution. I didn't see a lot of makeup releases from Makeup Revolution that were like super hyped. I mean, obviously I'm using their Super Matte 2-in-1 foundation, and this came about with their like Relove line, which recently came into Walmart stores, but I haven't really heard it like reviewed a lot, haven't heard it talked about a lot. And so going back to the financial situation that happened in August of 2022, there was an accounting probe done last year, and one of the founders stepped down in November of 2022. So we're talking almost a year ago this happened. And then it says, according to cosmeticbusiness.com, after failing to publish final results for the year end, the 28th of February 2022, the Beauty Players auditor, BDO, opened an investigation into accounting concerns. So they were having major accounting issues in Makeup Revolution back in February of this year, and there were some accounting concerns that were found. Now, I haven't heard anything else in the beauty space about this. I don't know what came to light with it. Obviously, Makeup Revolution is still around, but at the same time, are they having problems? Especially with accounting concerns, like anytime that there's an accounting concern and you get somebody who's like a CFO who steps down, it really makes you wonder if something's going on with a brand behind the scenes and if something's going on. Let's talk about Covergirl. Now, as some of you may not know, Covergirl is actually owned by the parent company Coty. All right. And I am like, if you didn't know, I'm actually an OG like CoverGirl lover because like my first foundation, my first everything was like CoverGirl, and I'm actually using the Trublend Undercover Concealer from CoverGirl, which is a great, fantastic concealer. But as of late, we haven't really heard much from CoverGirl. They did just release like a new vegan Lash Blast formula, and they did have some of those like eyeshadow quads that actually did pretty well, but it's actually been making me wonder if CoverGirl has been having like, we haven't heard a lot from CoverGirl lately. Yeah, they've had a couple of like minute releases, but they've not done anything huge, nothing that's been like super overhyped or talked about. And some of the other brands that they have also been kind of silent as well, like Kylie Cosmetics. I haven't really heard a lot from them, though I believe she's actually starting to release like her holiday collections. But as far as like CoverGirl goes, in particular, not just Cody, but like CoverGirl. CoverGirl was that OG go-to. Everybody was raving about it back in the early 2000s because they were the sponsor of America's Next Top Model, so they got a lot of face time. And since then, I really feel like CoverGirl really hasn't gotten a lot of like mainstream media coverage when it comes to the beauty industry. They've had so many hits and misses lately. And because they haven't had a lot of like recognition or viral product, I feel like maybe, I mean, they've just been so quiet lately. And I mean, CoverGirl is still around as a brand, but because we haven't heard from them a lot, it really put it on my radar to like kind of investigate and see like what's going on with CoverGirl. If you head on over to their Instagram, they had the Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. Now that I'm thinking about it, like that did come out and a lot of people were talking about that. And then they also had the new Perfect Point Ink gel eye pencils that were new that just came out. They had the Hello Cleantopia mascara, which is another like part of their mascara line, which they're really known for their mascaras. They also had a vegan lash blast formula that came out. So they have been doing things. They've been kind of like in the background, but I feel like in the beauty space, they really haven't been talked about a lot. So maybe they're just kind of in a slump and a lot of people aren't really talking about them as much as like what they used to. I really feel like CoverGirl used to be one of the like it makeup brands when I was in high school, and this is like 20 years ago. Speaking of like high school and thinking back to like my early makeup days, I was actually thinking back to Pure Cosmetics. And Pure Cosmetics, I first came upon the brand when I was looking for a dupe-ish formula, something really close to the Unique Serum-y foundation, because I didn't want to support an MLM at the time. I didn't have the money to spend $50 on a foundation. So I was like, let's try Pure Cosmetics. I was in the store. I was like, we're going to try it. So I ended up trying a Pure Cosmetics foundation. And this was back in like 2010, 2012, I want to say. And Pure Cosmetics, they got a whole bunch of buzz around their Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I remember that foundation like going completely viral. And I actually have the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. It's been featured in some of the like Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sales. It was 4-in-1. And that's why, if I remember right, it was like a concealer, a corrector, and it was like a full coverage foundation, and you could use it as like a concealer as well. But it had like 4 qualities that it did to it. I honestly, the last launch that really reminds me of the Pure Cosmetics in general was like the Barbie collection. And I think that was launched quite a while ago. Like I want to say like 3 years ago at least. I know it was pre-COVID if you think about it. I mean, it's 2023. COVID was in 2020 and Pure Cosmetics released the Barbie collection. I want to say right before COVID or right after COVID. So we're talking at least like 3 years here. That's the last launch that I remember. And the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. And I haven't really heard much from Pure Cosmetics in like a heartbeat. Like I haven't heard anything from them. So where is Pure Cosmetics? What are they doing? What are they releasing? And like I have no idea. I've not seen a lot from this brand. Okay, this is a controversial one because I know there's some stuff going on behind this brand right now that I haven't really done a lot of research on. But we have Benefit Cosmetics, which is I have my Hoola bronzer. I think we're going to use my Georgia blush today. I want to do like a fall look. I did use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer as well. And that really bronzed up my face. But I want to do a little bit more with my Hoola bronzer. Benefit Cosmetics just came out with these duos. It was the blush and the bronzer in one, these duos. And you can purchase them right now. So they have been active. And they just recently came out with like another mascara. Like I think their Big Bang mascara or Bad Girl Bang mascara is like a huge hit as well. And they're still selling really well on the Ulta bestsellers list. But the brand in general, there has been some controversy behind the brand. And I'm kind of wondering what you leave me a comment down below about what your take is on some of the situations going on with Benefit Cosmetics. Benefit Cosmetics, they've had some controversy as of late, and I haven't really seen, because of this controversy, I haven't really seen people talking about them that much. yes, they're having controversy in the beauty space, but do the average everyday consumer know about what's going on with Benefit Cosmetics? And I honestly don't think so, looking off of the like Ulta bestsellers lists and the Sephora bestsellers lists. While they're still releasing product, while there's some controversy that I honestly don't know enough background information on to be able to really spew this out. They've actually been kind of, I feel like, inactive, like in the beauty space as well. And I'm wondering, and I'm kind of having a hunch that the controversy behind all of this stuff going on with their brand also has something to do with it. But they are definitely, I mean, what's going on with the brand? What is going on with Benefit Cosmetics right now? Let's see. Smashbox Cosmetics. They are owned by Estee Lauder, I believe. And this is like one of the brands where when Becca Cosmetics went out of business, they started adding in some like Smashbox X Becca like stuff back into the Smashbox line. But as of late, I know Tati was just recently raving about the Smashbox, like they came out with a new foundation and she's like, this is amazing. When I wrote this research and I was actually just like looking at it in general, Smashbox I had not heard from in a very long time, like not in the beauty space. And they used to be one of the like big brands that everybody talked about. And while they're still producing a lot of product and like they're still in business, I have not really ever bought a lot of Smashbox, but I know that Smashbox used to be like the YouTube it brand at one point. You wouldn't be able to watch a video without hearing about at least that Smashbox primer. It was something I would get like my Sephora birthday bag. Sometimes I would get like sample sizes of the Smashbox. I think it's the photo finish primer. And it was like a silicone pore filling primer. And other than that though, like what's going on with Smashbox? Like I said, they just released a new foundation and apparently it's a smash hit. But honestly, the Tati video is like the only video I have seen of this foundation, and it really makes me curious and wondering like what's going on with Smashbox the brand. Could they just be like in a downward trend? But that trend has been like downward for like I feel years because like nobody talks about Smashbox. Even when you walk into Sephora now, like I don't have a beauty guru, like they call them their beauty insiders or whatever. The people who work at Sephora, they don't walk up to me and they don't push Smashbox anymore. And the same with like when you go to Sephora, if they still have Smashbox as a brand, it's just not one of those like it brands that's talked about even among like beauty shoppers, like when you go to Sephora, when you go to Ulta. And that I find extremely curious as well. You know, if you work at Sephora, if you work at Ulta, you're supposed to be pretty knowledgeable about like all of the products that you use. And these people are not talking about Smashbox either. So it's making me really wonder if like some of the things that used to be hits from Smashbox, people just don't love at all anymore. Leave me a comment down below if you recently purchased something from Smashbox. I would love to know. The last brand, the last brand has to be Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I'm using her Nouveau palette today. And so Anastasia Beverly Hills. Well, so she just came out with the Cosmos palette, and I do have like a full video up on my channel of the Cosmos palette. And while she just came out with that Cosmos palette, there has been some controversy behind ABH, and I feel like she's really taken a hit, like for her brand. The founder has taken a hit for the brand, and I would definitely have to say that like her recent launch was very controversial in the fact that like there were so many mixed reviews with the Cosmos palette and a lot of people didn't like the quality. They said that the mattes were like super scratchy on your eyes and they said that it wasn't like the same formulations as like this palette or even like the Rose Metals palette was said to have like a really great formulation. And so there were a lot of mixed reviews about the Cosmos palette. Like I've seen some amazing tutorials like from Brianna Faye, who did a great like Cosmos palette tutorial. I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was a really great tutorial that she did and was like, this is very underrated. But Anastasia has found herself in some like hot water with some controversy from her personal account. I have not done a lot of research on this portion of, like, I haven't done a lot of research on the controversy behind this because I I kind of like to reserve like the controversy and talking about the controversy to like the rise and fall videos, or like if I'm doing a really good like brand deep dive. I'm not a gossipy channel. I don't like to cover like a lot of brand gossip unless like if you've seen my Forma video or even my Makeup Geek video where I talk about like the rise and fall and like how they came about to where they are now. Those are really good videos and I suggest you check them out. And I do cover some of like the like gossip that really just sank the brand, but I'm not a gossip channel. And so like these controversies with both Benefit and ABH, I haven't really dug into a lot. I haven't done a lot of research on it, and I'm not a drama channel, so I don't really want to involve myself in like the drama of what's going on. So I went to Ulta to try and buy the Cosmos palettes, and they actually weren't shipped a lot of product. From me as like a consumer, when a new product releases, I want to be able to go to an Ulta or a Sephora and be able to see like the brand new palette like as soon as I can. And as a brand owner, like if I were a brand owner and if I were in like Sephora or Ulta, I'd be like, we need to get this product to our retailers as soon as possible because these are, it's going to be in high demand. And I was not able to find the Cosmos palette in stores at all. When I went to go look for the Cosmos palette in store before I ordered it online, they were saying that they really didn't have any like shipments that were coming in of the Cosmos palette, and they'd had a couple that had come in and they had sold out immediately. But other than that, like they didn't even have like a display for it. And I'm saying this is like a week after the Cosmos palette came out. So it was very shocking to me to learn that like the newest, latest, and greatest was not on the shelves at Ulta Beauty. And I also have looked for the Cosmos palette at my local like Sephora, like the one that's really close to me as well. And it's like one of the only Sephoras left in my area. So it's rather a larger Sephora. And they also did not have the ABH Cosmos palette. And I was very like shocked and taken aback by the fact that like this is a brand new makeup release and people aren't talking about it. And I was very shocked by the fact that it's a brand new makeup release and my local Sephora and Ulta, they did not have the brand new ABH palette. There was a time when you could purchase you couldn't purchase Anastasia Beverly Hills. It was very like you could not find ABH anywhere. I remember when I bought the Riviera palette and I actually was not able to find that one in store because it had sold out so fast. Like it was ridiculous how much it had, like everybody had just scooped it up and bought it up immediately because it was in such high demand when the Riviera palette came out. So I ended up having to go to a Poshmark listing and I bought the Riviera palette from Poshmark. Brand new, still in the box, but I was able to buy the Riviera palette on Poshmark. But that's how popular ABH used to be. And the Riviera palette was after Modern Renaissance, after the Soft Glam palette, and I wasn't able to find it anywhere, like nowhere. So I had to resort to a completely different website to be able to purchase from. And now we're looking at the ABH Cosmos palette, which I'm using a couple colors out of here as well. This one I couldn't find in stores because the stores just simply didn't have this palette. And you would think that this would have been a really popular palette because it features some mattes in here, but then it also has some really cool like duochrome and multi-chrome features as well. And it's not a bad palette by any means. I don't think that it's a horrible palette at all, but like I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, not because people were buying it, but because nobody was stocking it. What's going on with ABH being available in some of your favorite beauty brand stores? That I find kind of weird because ABH used to be like the number one like eyeshadow palettes that people would buy, and people are still buying like Modern Renaissance and Soft Glam like all the time because those are like staple palettes. But like being able to buy like a brand new launch, like they used to be so hyped, and now you can't find it in the store because it's not in the store. So here is the completed makeup look using some amazing makeup products. And I did do something very fall, very full coverage, very matte, and some Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. Like these are gorgeous. Actually, they're really pretty paired together, like really pretty. And there is my take on beauty brands that may possibly be in trouble. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. If you want to see more chit chat, get readies with me while we talk about the beauty community, leave me a comment down below, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye.